Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lainey. Thank you so much for stopping by. In today's video, we're going to be doing a little bit of a declutter in my collection, so if you're interested in seeing that, then just keep on watching. Before we get into that though, if you're new here, please remember to hit that subscribe button. I do a lot of painting content, but also try to sprinkle in some indie makeup content in there as well, so if you're interested in seeing that, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and let's get into the video. Alright, so this is going to be a short, quick intro. I'm going to be doing a little bit of a declutter of my collection, but I'm not going through my entire collection, and this is not an inventory video. I will be doing a separate inventory video coming up shortly, but to prepare for that, I wanted to do a little bit of a declutter. The next video that will be on my channel is actually decluttering and condensing down my ColourPop magnetic palettes, so there is a little bit more shadow that does get decluttered. It's just in a separate video where I take all of my ColourPop, mostly 9 pans, and kind of condense them down and declutter the duplicate shades, things I just wouldn't wear. So stay tuned for that. That'll be coming out in a few days. But aside from palettes, we also go through my entire lip collection, and we go through my cheek products. So I go through my highlighters, bronzers, and blushes and do a little bit of a declutter. So I'm really happy with how this came out. I hope you enjoy, and let's get into the declutter. Okay, so I'm thinking we start out with lipsticks. I have no idea how many I'm going to get rid of, but I wanted to start here. And I think maybe the good thing to start out with is what I'm not decluttering. So let me scooch some of these back so you can see everything. All these gold lipstick tubes, these are all Lisa Eldridge. I'm keeping all of them. I have Rose Official, Spirited Away, Velvet Affair, Velvet Fawn, Velvet Ribbon, Meet Me in Berlin, Muse, Palazzo, Blush, Jazz, and Dance Card. I also just got Velvet Sorcery. It's still in the box, not getting rid of it. I love all these. I'm sure I will pull these out to compare to other lipsticks, but they're gonna just stay here for now. I know I'm not getting rid of a few of these liquid lipsticks. So we've got, this is Luna from Menagerie. Is it focusing? It's hard to tell from this angle. This is Luna from Menagerie. It's a beautiful, like, purpley toned lipstick. I absolutely love this. It is staying. I also recently picked up a black lipstick. This is the NYX Lingerie XXL matte liquid lipstick in the shade, Naughty Noir. And it's just a black lipstick. The formula is a typical liquid lipstick. I wanted a liquid lipstick for this color. I wore it on Halloween and it worked really well. It wasn't too drying. That's staying. What else is staying? So I'm going to keep this. This is Dark and Damp from Copacetic. It's like an army green. It's really nice. I have worn this once. It's a really nice color, and I like that it's small for something as unique of a tone as this, because it's not something I'm going to wear like all the time. Okay, I think actually next let's go over shades I know I'm not keeping. So I'm not going to keep this. This is another one from Copacetic. This is Melancholy. It's a bright lime green. And why do I have this? Well, I didn't like the lip gloss choice. This is when I had their monthly subscription. I didn't like the lip gloss choice because it had poppy seeds in it. It was supposed to be like watermelon themed, and I hated that there were poppy seeds in it. So for whatever reason, I couldn't get over it, and I got this bright green liquid lipstick. I'm never going to wear this. I will wear something dark like this, but I'm not going to wear something bright green like this. So this is going to be decluttered. I'm also going to be decluttering these two ColourPop, not liquid lipsticks, lipsticks. This is Third Eye, which does not have a lot left. It's a great peachy nude for me. But this is getting old, and I just think it's time. Does it smell? I haven't even smelled it. It still smells fine, but I would rather wear my Lisa Eldridge lipsticks for a nude. And then this is also old. This is Lucky Strike. This one still smells fine too. This one's a little more pink leaning. But I just know, I mean, I don't think I've reached for this once in the last year. So that can be decluttered. I am going to declutter this NYX Budapest Soft Matte Lip Cream. I just wasn't really impressed with this formula, and I was trying to dupe out a shade, and it's not a dupe, and I don't like the formula enough to keep it around, so this is going to get decluttered. This is the shade I was trying to dupe out. This is Tool from ColourPop. It is looking separated. I love this color. It smells fine. I think it was just laying on its side and that's why it looks separated. But regardless, even if I was decluttering this, I'm keeping this until I find a good dupe for this shade. So this is staying for now. Where do we go from here? Okay. I'm gonna keep this. This is Museum Date from ColourPop. This is their glowing lip. And I really like this formula. I'm not gonna swatch everything. This isn't a project pan right now. It's not my favorite formula from ColourPop, but I do enjoy it, and I'm going to keep it. I really love the color. Let's see, this is from Glam Shop. This is in the shade Osaka. And I bought this because I saw Marta's makeup wear it in a video, and I thought it was such a gorgeous color on her that I needed to, I needed to have it. Oh my god, that's really similar sort of to, like if you combine Lucky Strike and Third Eye, you would get this shade. I don't think I've worn this. I think I have Lisa lipsticks that match this. I'm sorry if you can't see everything I'm doing. I think this would be similar to Velvet Affair. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get rid of Osaka because I haven't reached for it and I know I have lipsticks like this shade. There it is. So far we're doing good. We got rid of 3. Now these are my ColourPop and Sophia Nygaard lipsticks. I believe these came out in 2019. So 2021. These are like 2 years old. How do these smell? They're smelling a little cranny. See, so that was Bikini Bottom. Is it focusing? So this is Bikini Bottom. This is Screamer. Why does it look glittery? Do you see that? There's like glitter on the tip. This one is Fred, which was a red. I really love this concept. Like, it was like the perfect collab because of what Sophia does on her channel. But I haven't really used these. This is Mrs. Norris. I love the name. Is it focusing? There you go. Then we had Brucey, which I've worn a couple times. This is the blue shade. I don't want to get rid of these because I just love the tube. Okay. These I'm gonna put in the maybe. I shouldn't keep these in here. So I'm gonna put these right here. These are maybes because I can't decide. Like, I should get rid of them, but I don't want to. Next up, we've got Know It All from the Lip Bar. This is a liquid lipstick I got on like a good sale. I love the color. Can you see that? I love the color. It's like a plummy shade, and the formula's not too bad either. I don't think I have anything quite like that, so I'm gonna keep it. I guess I can put all my keeps in here for now. Next up, I'm gonna keep this. This is Lunar Beauty Hallows Eve, right? Yeah, Hallows Eve. It's a beautiful orange shade. It's a wonderful formula. It's not like, it's a liquid lipstick in the fact that it's liquid, but it's more of a satin finish, so it does transfer, but that makes it more comfortable, so I will keep this. And then I think I'm gonna keep this one as well. This is the Fenty matte lipstick in Freckle Fiesta. I love this orange shade. It is kind of like the lipstick version of Hallows Eve, but I don't mind having both. And I think now that I'm condensing my lipstick collection a little bit, I'm okay with keeping that. So let's move this to the side and let's let's go through these ColourPop lippy sticks, because this is where I think I can condense them down because I have overlapping shades. So first off, I know I'm going to get rid of this. This is just the primer stick from ColourPop. It looks gross. And I just don't find that this helps much, and it's just kind of like taking space in my collection, and I don't find a lot of value in it. So this is going to get decluttered. So that is number 6. I do have two non-ColourPop lipsticks in here. This is the NARS Dolce Vita Velvet Matte Lip Pencil, which I think I've only used once. My mom gave this to me because she didn't want it, and it's like a total me color. I think it's just been hiding in my collection, so I am going to keep that for now. And then I'm also going to keep this. This is the KVD Studded Kiss, what is it? Studded Nourishing Vegan Butter, no, Epic Kiss Nourishing Vegan Butter Lipstick. There's not a lot in here. I guess I could finish it, even though I don't want to be, I was planning on trying to finish it for Throwback 30, and then I stopped doing that project. But there's not a lot, like, look at this. This was a total rip-off. So I could, in theory, finish this. So I'm going to keep this because I do like the shade and the formula is nice, and I could, there's like hair stuck to it. I could probably finish this in the future. Okay, so now we're really getting into the ColourPop shades. So let me take these out and organize these by shade. Okay, so I think I've categorized these in somewhat categories. We've got like, what are these? Like the more like neutral shades. We got reds and pinks and browns. I think a good place to start are the pinks, because I haven't really saved any pinks for the most part, and I don't wear them too much. So I've got 4, and they're all sort of different. I'm gonna swatch all of these out. So this one I know I'm gonna keep. Can you see that? This is Little Tings, Tings. This is a creme, and I really like this for mixing with warmer tone shadows to cool it down a bit. I used this a lot when I was painting Cookie, and as you can maybe see, I've used a little bit of it, and I just find this a useful mixing shade. I would never use it on its own, but this is a very useful mixing shade. Next up, we've got Songbird. This is more of like a rose, I would say, and this is a matte finish. The Matte and Matte X are my favorite. The next I have Casanova. This is like a Barbie pink, and this is a creme finish. And we've got, this is, yeah, that's not it, okay. We've got I Heart This, which is more of a fuchsia pink. So these are the 4 lippy sticks that are pink. This is really hard for me because it's like I don't have anything else like this in my collection, but I never wear pinks like this. I know I'm keeping Little Tings, so let's put that in there. I feel like I can get rid of Casanova. I don't think I've worn this once, and it's way too Barbie of a pink for me. Plus it's a creme finish, so I feel like that would just be a mess to wear. So I think I'm gonna keep Songbird, and I'm going to keep I Heart This. I do like a bright pink lip every now and then, so that would fit the bill for that. And I do really like Songbird now that I have it swatched out. Like, that is a really pretty kind of rose pink. So I think if I'm gonna wear a pink, I want it to be a cheaper formula because I'm not gonna wear it super often. So I'm gonna keep those 2. So we got 1 out of the 4. But I'm still feeling good about what I've decluttered so far. Should I do nudes or should I do reds? I guess these are in my hand, so let's go with these. Let's do this, okay. So these are kind of like nudes and browns, more neutral tones. Let's go. So this first up is Cami. Ooh, I like that. I am at my dining table, which is like the front of my house, and so if you hear any outside noises, that's why. This is At Twilight. That is a very light shade. This is a creme, and I believe this is a matte. No, it's a matte X, so that makes sense. I need to make sure I'm putting these in the right order. Next up we have Topanga, which I want to keep this just for the name. Ooh, what's on the... I have no idea if... Can you see the tip? Was the tip always like that? It seems like it's a manufacturing error where it didn't get smooth on the side. Anyway, that's Topanga. It's a nice peach shade. Next we have Gold Digger, which if you ever like the liquid lipstick Bumble, this is the same color. It's just a different name and a different formula, which I loved. This is the Matte X formula. Most of these lipsticks came from the little Lippy Stash cup that I was gifted a few years ago, except for this one. This one I bought separately because I wanted a Bumble again. So that's those. Then we've got the shade Brink. That is a nice shade. That is a Total Me shade. I have used this quite a bit. And then we've got the shade Ziggy, which this one is actually one I bought on my own, and then I have one that I haven't used from the Lippy Stash Cup, which is somewhere else in my collection. This is a Total Me shade. And Ziggy was the name of one of my childhood dogs. So I feel like I will always keep it. And then we've got Parker. That's a nice nude shade. And then we've got 1000%, which I really like. This is like a dark brown. Okay, here, let me zoom you in a little bit. The thing about this is I love all of these shades. Like, they're all pretty, and I probably have dupes, but I don't want to get rid of them. Okay, if I'm being honest, while I like this shade at Twilight, I don't see myself wearing it. So I'm going to at least declutter at Twilight. So again, it's this very light peach shade. I would never wear that on my lips without something else to make it look different. So I can get rid of that. I guess it's time to take out some Lisa lipsticks. Or actually, let's see. I know there are some of these I don't have a dupe for. Well, maybe just one. The first one, which is Cami, I know I don't have a dupe to that. So I'm going to get rid of that. And I also know I don't have a dupe to 1000%. So I'm going to keep that. And Ziggy I'm going to keep just for the name. I may get rid of this. I need to make sure I still have it. I might get rid of this one and keep the newer version because this is quite old. And while these are a few years old, the Lippy Sticks from the Stash Cup, it hasn't been used. So I think I'm going to maybe declutter this, but keep it. So I'm going to count it as a keep because it doesn't really matter. So that leaves us with 4. Leaves us with Topanga, Gold Digger. Oh, I'm going to keep Gold Digger, duh. Brink, and Parker. So these 3. The thing about Topanga is I know I don't have a dupe for it. But what is this? Did it always have that? I can't remember it. And I can't be using this super often for me to not remember that. I know I haven't. You know what might be a dupe? It's not a lipstick, but Lisa Eldridge Go Lightly Gloss. Oh, you know what? Actually, duh. Dance card. Let me just do a little. So that's a Very Baby swatch. But I think that gives the same effect as Topanga. As much as I love the name Topanga because I loved Boy Meets World growing up, I don't think I need it. So I'm going to declutter it, plus it looks weird. So that leaves us with, let me just re-swatch them so they're next to each other. That leaves us with Parker. And I'm sorry if that was out of frame. That leaves us with Parker and Brink, which I love both. Okay. So let's see. I think we can do Velvet Affair, Velvet Fawn, and Velvet Muse. So this is a fair, not really a dupe. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see that. We've got Muse. Not exactly a dupe. If you combine them, probably a dupe. And then Velvet Fawn, which I'll put here. I think for now, I'm gonna keep both. Okay. So far, we've gotten rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm feeling good about that. All we have left to go through are the reds, or reddy tones. So let's get swatching. So we've got Infinite Best. Okay, that's more of a plum shade, but it looked red. This is Goldie. I like that. This is gonna be hard. I don't wear red enough to keep all of these and my Lisa lipsticks. This is Bichette. This is Love Life. Oh, I like that. Oh no. Oh no, this is gonna be hard. Oh, I loved Trust Me so much. I actually bought this. I was looking for my perfect red. I think it was Sophie Alexandra. She did whole lipstick declutter where she was trying on her different lipsticks by shade. And I saw this on her and I absolutely loved it. So I bought it. And then this is more of an orange. This is Chi Chi. So I know I don't have anything like Chi Chi. This is a matte formula. I have other oranges, but they're not bright like this. And while I don't wear these all the time, I don't mind having it to wear it a couple times a year. So I'm going to keep Chi Chi because I don't have anything like it. The rest is where it gets super hard. I guess I have 2 red Lisa lipsticks. I have Ribbon and where is it? Jazz. So this is Jazz. And this is Ribbon. I'm gonna swatch it over here actually. So this is Velvet Jazz and this is Velvet Ribbon. Velvet Ribbon and Trust Me are very, very similar, and I can't believe I'm doing this, but I am going to get rid of Trust Me because I'm always gonna pick the Lisa formula over the ColourPop formula. And I can't remember the last time I wore Trust Me, so I'm gonna declutter that. That one I also think I have a dupe of from getting the stash cut and having it beforehand. So that leaves us with these 4, right? We've got Infinite Best, Goldie, Bichette, and Love Life. Let me swatch. This actually might be. This is Dolce Vita from NARS. Oh no, that's a totally different formula. Can you see that? Yeah. So let me zoom out a little bit. My arm is getting tired from holding it in this position. Okay, this is hard. My gut is telling me to get rid of Bichette. So it says it's a matte, but it's not drying down. And I just don't see myself using this tone. So I think I'm gonna get rid of Bichette. Then we've got Infinite Best, we've got Goldie, and we've got Love Life. I think I'm gonna keep Love Life. I don't quite have a tone like this. And this actually, I don't own it, but it reminds me of Velvet Dragon potentially from Lisa, which I've considered, but I wasn't sure if that color would flatter me. And so I don't know if they're dupes, but I think that's gonna give me what I want. So that leaves Goldie and Infinite Best. I think I'm gonna keep Infinite Best. That's that first one. I don't have anything quite like it, so I'm gonna keep it. And we've got Goldie, which I wanna put next to, write that down. Okay, so it's different from Velvet. It's different from, this is Goldie and this is Velvet Jazz. They're different enough, I'm gonna keep it. Maybe I should get rid of it, but I'm gonna keep it because I want to. So that leaves these. My Sophia Nygaard. This is everything I'm keeping. I'm going to stick some in here because they don't really fit well in the lipstick holder. These don't really either, but it's fine. So, other way. Okay. So these are my liquid lipsticks. They don't really fit in this holder, but they're gonna stay there. Then I've got this museum date shade. I think I'm gonna just keep these for now because I like them, and even if I got rid of them, I would keep them for the packaging. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. And they fit perfectly in the lipstick holder, so I got everything in here, okay? These look ugly because of the way they are. I usually store these laying down in one of these things that you're gonna see in a little bit. But I'm gonna keep them. So I'm keeping 41, which is great, and then I'm getting rid of all of these. So I'm keeping 41 and getting rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm happy with that. I didn't expect to get rid of this many because I have a hard time decluttering because no one else wants my used lipstick. You know, who wants my used lipstick? I would just throw it away. And so even if I wear it like once or twice, I feel fine about keeping it. But these I know I'm not gonna reach for, or I haven't reached for in a long time. I kinda wanna keep this one. I still want, this is that At Twilight shade. I'm like, I'm gonna keep it. I'm keeping 42 and getting rid of 10. I feel good about getting rid of 10. That's a nice number. So I'm excited about getting rid of these. Keeping 42, getting rid of 10. That went from 52 to 42. This should be all my lipsticks, so I'm gonna keep all these, gonna get rid of these, and I'm gonna wipe these off, and we're gonna get into lip gloss, more balmy products, and lip liner. So I'm actually gonna go through my lip liners. I don't even know if these are all of them, but I already know which ones I wanna get rid of. So this is my NYX red lip liner. It's just called Red. It's pretty old, so I feel good about getting rid of this. I'm going to get rid of this Glam Shop one. It is, I don't know if you can see that. I don't know how to pronounce it. The Dim X Glam Shop pencil. This is a pink, and I don't know why I own this because I don't have any lipsticks that this matches. So I'm going to get rid of that. This is a super old lippy pencil from ColourPop. It does that thing, which is so annoying. And it's just super old, and I think it's time to get rid of it. This is in the shade BFF. I'm going to keep, of course, my Lisa ones. I think I have more. I don't know where they are, but I'm gonna keep them. And then I'm actually gonna get rid of all of these. So this is Musée Beauty, now called Kyla Beauty. I was never really a big fan of this lip liner. I found it a little too stiff for me, but I don't know if you can see the lid is cracked. And so I know this has just been like drying out even more and probably going bad. So I'm gonna get rid of that. And then I am going to get rid of this Love Triangle lip filler liner from e.l.f. because I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little white dot on it, which tells me that's mold. I haven't even had these a year. It does not want to focus on the tip. Can you see that? I don't know. I'm gonna get rid of it for that reason. That's gross. And then I also have it, that one was in the shade Mauve. And I also have it in deep brown. Let me see. This one looks okay, but I'm just gonna get rid of it. So getting rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lip liners. That is pretty darn good. That means I think I'll just have my Lisa ones. So that's pretty good. I have basically everything I need in lip liners from Lisa. So this is going to, I don't want to say I only have 3 lip liners because I know I have at least Velvet Cinnabar. So now these are like my glossy and balm products. So let me organize these, I guess, by brand. So ones I know I'm keeping, I guess I'll keep this out. Ones I know I'm keeping are all of my Lisa glosses. I have 6. This one I'm almost done with. I haven't used it because I can't reach this with the wand, and I just needed like a Q-tip or something, or a clean brush to reach it. This is Muse. This is Muse, the Muse gloss, and it is perfect. My favorite gloss. I'm not repurchasing because I have 5 more, but I could see it once I get my lip gloss collection down, repurchasing that shade. I'm going to keep Go Lightly because this is a unique color and I really like it. This one is Affair. This is on my list to pan next year. As you can see, I've used a lot of it. These don't really settle, but you will sometimes see like openings. So this is on my to pan list next year, as well as Songbird. This one has probably the next most use. Really like that one. And then I've also got Blush and Cinnabar, which probably have the least usage just because they're more pigmented. I probably wouldn't repurchase these shades, but I will keep them and use them. I wish this like container I could fit all 6 of them very nicely, but I can't. So I guess I'll just go like that. Next up, I've got 2 of these copacetic glosses, which I will keep because they are on my panning list next year. This is Butter Carb, and then this is Stellar Winds. This one doesn't really come across blue on the lips, just a sheer tint. This one is also a sheer tint. This one has the most use. This will probably be the first one to pan. But yeah, these are not my favorite lip gloss formula, but I do enjoy, they're fine. And I want to use them, and trying to use 5 lip glosses next year, so. The next grouping I have are these 3 ColourPop ones, and I am going to get rid of this Luxe Gloss. It's not my favorite formula. This is in the shade Overnight. I've used it a lot. I tried to pan it this year, but as you can see, it's like seeping out of the cap, and it's really annoying, and I don't really enjoy this shade. It's just not for me, so I'm going to get rid of it. I also have these 2 lip glosses, Luxe Glosses from the Raw Beauty Christie collaboration. I have a lot more usage on Glacier rather than Wildflower. As you can see, Glacier, all of the writing has worn off where Wildflower still has it on. I'm going to keep both of these for now. I was thinking of decluttering Wildflower, but I haven't really used it much, and I don't want to just get rid of it to get rid of it. So I am going to keep it for now. It may be a declutter later down the line, but these are on a panning, like a to pan list eventually. So far, only getting rid of 1. I guess this is a different category, so I guess I'll move these over here. So now we've got all of my lip glosses that I don't have more than 1 from the brand. Let me pull these all out for you. This is technically a liquid lip oil. This is the Balmy Gloss from Ilia. I got this as the birthday gift this year from Sephora, and I am currently panning this. I can actually start to see some windowing in this. I really don't like this formula or this shade. I think it's an ugly shade on me, and the formula just goes away in seconds, but I am close to finishing it, so I'm going to go ahead and keep it. I know I'm going to keep my Fenty Cream lip gloss. I really like this formula. I prefer the one with shimmer in it, but the cream is nice as well. I'm going to keep this. I'm going to keep this one. I haven't used it too much. This is from Dandelions. This is their High Shine Gloss, and I think they have it in plain and a lemon scent. I got it in the lemon scent. I really like it. I just don't use clear glosses as much as I thought I would, and I have so many glosses I haven't really worked on it, but this is still good, so I'm going to keep it. I'm also going to keep this Buxom lip gloss in the shade Pumpkin Chai Latte. This is a really nice shade. I like the mintiness. I really enjoy it. You know, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, I have so many glosses. I'm never going to use this shade. I think I'll see if my mom likes this because this is a total her shade. So I'm going to see if she wants this. So I'm going to add that to the declutter pile. This is the Milk Electric Glossy Lip Plumper. This is very plumping. You can definitely feel the tingling on your lips. I'm going to keep this and I'm going to try to pan it. I'm absolutely keeping my Lunar Beauty lip gloss. This is in the shade Bitchcraft. I would not recommend this shade in particular. It is technically limited edition. I don't know if it's still available, but all the other Lunar Beauty, I've only tried, well, I guess I should say I've only tried 2. I've tried Dreamy and Coven. Both of them are wonderful. This one just has some, I don't know if you can see, some extra glitters in it. I don't think it's focusing. That just feel grainy on the lips, but I have like this much left. So I know I can finish this in no time. So that leaves these 2. I'm going to keep this. This is Daredevil from Bare Minerals. As you can see, I've panned half of it. Let me just smell it to make sure. Yeah, it's fine. This is getting really old, so this is like my first priority for panning in 2023. This is really only a shade I use in the winter time, so gonna focus on that. And then this is the Muse Beauty Cezanne Lip Glaze, which now they're Kyle off, and I don't believe these are available anymore. As you can see, I've used maybe like a third of it, a little more than a third of it. I don't want to say halfway, but it still smells good. I can only wear this mixed with like a darker lip liner because the peachy shade is like not flattering on me. But I really enjoy this formula and I think it's something I could pan. So I'm going to keep it for that reason. And I do love the formula. It's just the color is not my favorite, but I can make it work for me. So I'm going to keep these. So I really didn't do great with the lip gloss. I got rid of 2, but I do have goals to pan 5 this year, or in 2023. And the one that I showed you that I took the stopper out for Lisa, that should be done if I get a move on it and just put Q-tips by my desk. Should be done this year. So keeping 17, getting rid of 2, I'm fine with that. I might have missed 1 or 2, but I can't think of what it would be because those numbers don't sound right. But I don't know. So keeping those, getting rid of these 2. My mom should want the ColourPop one, I think. And so what's left is I have like 2 balmy products. I've got the NARS Laguna thing. My mom gave me this because she didn't want it. I'm going to keep this. They're easy to pan. Not my favorite formula, but I can get through it. And then I kept this last year in my declutter, and I don't think I've worn it once. This is the Dragon Fruit e.l.f. Sheer Slick Lipstick. I really like this formula at one point, but I have not used this in a year, so it means it needs to get decluttered. I probably could have put this with my lipsticks, but it was in my balm category, I guess. So I am going to get rid of 1. So I guess I'm missing a lip oil, and I think that's it for like my balmy products. So I guess I'm keeping 2, getting rid of 1, and yeah, I need like a sheer lip. I need Lisa Eldridge to come out with her gloss formula in a sheer color. That's what I need. So yeah, so in total, I'm getting rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 lip products. That's between lipsticks, glosses, and lip pencils. My camera cut me off. I don't know where I was, but these are all the lipsticks I'm getting rid of. I'm going to, well, also this lip gloss and lip pencils are in here, but I'm going to see if my mom likes this Luxe gloss. This is a shade that she would like, so I'm going to see if she wants it. If not, she can get rid of it. So keeping these, or no, getting rid of these, keeping everything else. Very happy with what we've got going on here, so I'm gonna get those out of the way and let's get into cheek products. Okay, so now we're going into cheek products. And this is, I'm a little less sure about what I know I want to get rid of. I mean, some things I know I want to get rid of, others I don't. I was going to start with blush, but I'm feeling overwhelmed by it. So we're going to do bronzers and highlights. And then I also have some palettes that have mixed, you can't really see right now, but mixed products in it. We'll just go through with every category. One thing I do know I'm getting rid of, I didn't pull out all my face palettes, but I do know I'm getting rid of one. This is from the Lip Bar. This is their Minute Finish face palette in Go Off. I just don't really enjoy these formulas. They're just fine. I'm gonna see if my mom wants it, but I don't really find them. I got this on like a Good Morning America deal. It was like for $10. And I'm glad I tried it, but these are just, I don't reach for this. I had it in a project for a handful of uses and I haven't touched it since. I think that was the beginning of the year, so I do know I'm going to be getting rid of this. I guess let's start off with bronzer because I know I'm not getting rid of too much. So first off, obviously, I'm keeping my e.l.f. Primer Infused Bronzer. This is in the shade Forever Sun-Kissed. I have repressed this already. I'm hoping to have it done by the end of the year, but we are, what time is it? It's November 23rd. So I know that this is not going to be, you know, there's not a good chance that this will be done by the end of the year, but it should be done by the beginning of the year. So that's staying. I'm also going to be keeping my Nabla Ambra Skin Bronzing. Really love this. Probably my favorite bronzer. Keeping that. I will be doing a more in-depth collection video, but this is just my declutter. My e.l.f. Putty Bronzer I really enjoy. This is staying. As well as my Patrick Ta Duo. Really, really love this. This is staying, of course. I guess, here. I'm going to keep my Fenty. I really enjoy my Fenty bronzer. Haven't really used it that much this year because I've been focusing on my e.l.f. bronzer, but I do really enjoy this and would like to get back to using it. Let's see. So I have 3 left, and I know I'm going to get rid of this lip bar one. This one is just super shimmery, and it's fine. This also is a blush. They're just so glittery, and I have not touched this once this year. I just haven't, so I'm going to get rid of it. I just don't like how shimmery it is, so I'm going to get rid of that. This is the Fresh Glow Bronzer and Blush Duo in the shade Travel Bug. Then we've got my Tower 28 Bronzino bronzer. Now this only has a pan, not because I love it, but because I kept putting it in projects trying to figure out a way to make it work for me. And I just don't love it. But at this point, I can't give it away to anyone. Like, I've used it too much, but I also don't want to keep it. I think I'm going to get rid of it because I just know I'm not going to enjoy using it, and I have other cream bronzers I would enjoy more, so I am going to get rid of it. And then I have my NARS Laguna, and I never use this. I just have other bronzers I enjoy more. So I think I'm going to get rid of it because I would rather use these ones way more than this little NARS one, so I am going to get rid of it. Now I do know I have some single bronzers, so let me see. This does not have any. Oh, okay. This is my Divina Sandbar bronzer, and I'm going to keep it. I don't use it nearly enough, but hopefully I can use it a lot more now that I've decluttered a couple, and I just need to remember to use it more. And then I know I have one in here. This is from Lethal Cosmetics. Oops, hello. I really enjoy this. I believe it's in the shade Atlas. This is just hard pan, but it works beautifully. I love the Lethal powders. And I'm going to keep that. And I know I have one cream one from Salt New York, which I'm going to keep. Really enjoy this. I believe it's in, what shade is it? Light. Really, really nice bronzer. I probably could hit pan on that pretty soon. So those are my bronzers. So I'm keeping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and getting rid of 3. So, I mean, I'm happy with that. I'm getting rid of these 3, plus this one face palette, which has a contour in it. I'm just gonna count this as a face palette. I'm not gonna include it in the totals, but I got rid of 3 bronzers, and then once again, keeping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because I have 3 in palettes. So really, really happy with the outcome of the bronzers. Glad I started with this first because I was feeling intimidated by the blush. So now we're going into highlight, and I would really like to massively get rid of things because I don't wear highlight. I prefer creams now, and I'm not showing mini cream. There might be a handful, but I'm not showing any of my liquid illuminizers that I categorize as like a glow product because I'm not getting rid of any of them. But I have way too many highlighters for me to have this many, so this is not a convenient way to view them all, so let me lay them all out. I am gonna go over like what's in palettes first. This is blush. I can just stick that with blush. Okay, so I do have this Salt New York highlight. I really enjoy it. I'm keeping that. Then I have 2 highlights in here and a highlight and a single shadow in here. So this is Glazed Donut from Ofra, and I never use this anymore. It's just not for me. Ofra puts a bad taste in my mouth. don't really want to use it. So I'm going to declutter this. And then this is Gretchen from Copacetic. And this is Swinging Vines from Sydney Grace. I'm gonna keep Gretchen. Swinging Vines, I've probably only used once. And like part of me, like my plan was for like cheek products that are gently used. I was gonna give away on the Buy Nothing group, my local Buy Nothing group, but I don't know how many people would like have a magnetic palette to put with this. I could maybe give away one of these Shop Miss A ones. I'm gonna put this as a maybe. We'll come back to it. But now we got all of these to go through. So I'll go through this one first. This is just in its own lethal palette. This is, I wanna say it's Chromosphere. I could be wrong. I don't have a thing to poke it out. But I'm gonna keep this. This is a peachy highlight, which I don't really own. So I also have this one that I got in a mystery bag. This is in the shade Scatter. This is a purple. I'm gonna keep that. Let's go through a few I know I'm getting rid of because I would like to get rid of a decent amount. So I'm gonna get rid of 3 I got in an Ipsy bag because I just never use them, and I probably decluttered most of the makeup I've gotten out of Ipsy. This is the K. Voss Fairy Dust Pressed Highlighter. I have hit pan in it. It's kind of hard to see because it's really reflective, but I haven't used this in a really long time, and I just have other highlights. Like, it's pretty, but I just have so many other highlights I reach for over this one. So I'm going to declutter it. This one also has pan. This is Space Case Cosmetics Scene from Space 1A. This is more of a golden highlight, but I never really like loved this. This looks really powdery on my finger. And it's like fine, but it's not my favorite highlighter. And so I'm going to declutter this one. And then I'm not going to swatch this one because it's gently used and I can give it away. But this is Essence Pure Nude Highlighter in the shade Poppin' Champagne. And it's just, I never reach for this. It's too golden-y. I can make it work for me, but it's just not my favorite. So I'm going to declutter that. I'm also going to get rid of this. This is the Estate Cosmetics Do Me Highlighter in Pearl. I bought this to get free shipping from Estate, and I never use this. I never think to use this. If I got rid of this, I will probably never think of it again. So I'm going to declutter it. This, again, is very gently used, so I can probably give it away in my local Buy Nothing group. Yeah, it's not memorable as a highlight. So we're doing good. We got rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let's get rid of a 6th. Ofra Pillow Talk. I bought this at the very start of the pandemic, and I probably used it 5 times. I never used this. I bought this during Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, which I believe was before we learned bad things about Ofra. And I never use this. Someone can get a lot of great use out of this. And so I'm not going to swatch it because I can give it away. But yeah, I barely touched this, and someone else can get a lot of good use out of it. So that's number 6, which is good because I really wanted to condense my highlighter collection down because I just don't use these as much as I should. And I've been really preferring creams lately, which doesn't mean I want to get rid of all of my powders, but I don't need as many powders as I have. One I'm unfortunately keeping this year, Flexitarian. I am so, look at this. I am so close to being done, but it's not going to be done by 2022. So this is going to be done hopefully by May 2023. This will be out of my life. This is the only highlighter I'm using right now because I just want it out of my collection. I want the satisfaction of finishing this. So this is staying. I'm also going to keep this cream. This is Ritual Defee. This is in Ghost Light, and I really enjoy this. It's a beautiful purpley pinky tint to the cheeks, and I've really enjoyed using this. So that is going to this is going to stay. I will also keep this. This is Sydney Grace Pink Lightning. I bought this off of Amy Loves Makeup's recommendation, and this is what I wear when I want a pink highlight. It's beautiful. This is going to last me 87 years. This is just a gorgeous pink highlight. I highly recommend it. Absolutely going to keep my Nabla highlight in the shade Ozone. I was trying to hit pan on it this year, but I kind of put a pause on that because I was focusing on Flexitarian now. But probably my favorite powder highlighter. I think it's beautiful, and I'm going to keep it. I'm also going to keep my Phytosurgence Spectral Shine in the shade Fresh Fog. This I wouldn't recommend to everybody because it is not a beginner-friendly highlighter to use. I find it very difficult to use, but the effect is very, very beautiful. So I am going to keep it. Probably wouldn't be a repurchase, but I will keep it because it is beautiful. All right, we're doing really well. We're doing really well. I know I'm gonna keep this. This is the Mercury highlighter from Lunar Beauty. This is what I wear when I want more of that golden tone. This is beautiful on the cheeks, beautiful formula. Just overall a beautiful highlighter, so I'm going to keep that. Oh, I realized I'm missing one. I'm going to keep this as well. This is my Arthur Main highlighter from Menagerie in the shade Winter Solstice. This is like a yellow green shifting shade. It's a beautiful highlighter. So when I want something maybe a little more flashier, this is what I go for. Okay, this is where it gets a little hard. I got bronzer on this. Okay, so this Kylie highlighter, I got for free from Ulta, I believe at the start of the pandemic as well. This was free. This was when she was getting rid of all her stuff and like rebranding or whatever. This is in the shade Ice Me Out, and this I remember I really liked because it was a dupe to Becca Moonstone, which I was panning at the time. It's just a nice everyday champagne highlighter, and I haven't used it in a long time, but this formula is really good. I do think because I've been so good, I am going to keep it. Now, okay, so this is the Kimchi Chic Pearls Gone Wild highlighter in the shade Hope. This is like a multi-chrome highlighter, and I don't want to get rid of it, but I never use it, but I don't want to get rid of it. But I'm like, part of me is like, I've gotten rid of so many highlights that now I have more opportunity to use them and give them more love. So I do think I'm going to keep this. This breaks my heart, but I do think I'm going to get rid of it. This is the Muse Beauty Now Kylove Color Sheen and Airy and Ambient. This is a wonderful cream formula. I have really enjoyed using it, but I don't reach for them. I have so many other cream highlights that I reach for before these. I forget I have these. And so I think it's just time to let these go because I'm not using them, and I know I won't use them over the other cream highlights in my collection. So I will be getting rid of these. And this one is really hard. This is the Milk Makeup Flex Highlighter in the shade Lit. And it is stunning. It is so shiny, but I barely touch this. You can see the writing is still visible on it. And I still have Swing and Vines. I don't really have a pressed pinky highlight. Well, I mean, I have this one, but this is a different tone. I think I'm going to keep this one. And I'm going to, let me see how many I've kept. But I'm going to keep this for now because I've decluttered so many. So I feel really good about that. I feel like I had way too many highlighters. 3 of these I got from Ipsy, and I just felt like they were taking space. I know this one for sure I can give away to someone, so that makes me feel good. These ones are a little more used, so I'm not really sure about those, but I feel really, really good about that. So let's go over blushes. I'm gonna go over what I have in palettes first. Again, Salt New York, I have this one. This is Cocoa. Really love it. It's a nice formula. I'm going to keep that. And then I have, 2 in this Lethal palette. I believe it's Nectar and Tendril. I'm not 100% sure because they are in this difficult to remove palette, but I really enjoyed this formula. It was a formula where at first I was like, I could take it or leave it. But I've really grown to really enjoy this formula, especially this year. So I'm gonna keep those. Now let's move in the blushes. These are not organized in any type of way. I try to keep the creams together. They're not sorted out by colors or anything. Okay, this is why I felt overwhelmed. I think what I want to do is talk about the ones I know I'm going to keep. First up, ColourPop Night Bloom. Just a gorgeous lilac blush, and absolutely keeping this. I love this blush. Absolutely keeping. My 3 Nebula blushes I know I'm keeping. This is the shade Lola. This is the shade Independence. And this is the shade Truth. Love all three shades. They're stunning, they're beautiful. I need to keep them. This one I'm keeping. This is CoverGirl True Plum, and I am planning to pan it next year. This is a very small blush compared to other. Yeah, this is 3 grams, where let's see, let's take this ColourPop one. This is 6 grams. And this Menagerie one is 4 grams. This Bare Minerals one is 6 grams. So it's about half the normal blush you get. So I'm going to keep this and try to paint it next year. I really enjoy this blush. This is from Essence. It is their Mosaic blush in the Berry Connection, which I believe is supposed to be a dupe for a Dior blush. I really enjoy this blush. It's, I feel like it gives me a similar effect on the cheeks to Night Bloom, but just a slightly different shade, a little more pinkier. I really do like this blush. I think it's very worth it. I guess I know there's a couple blushes I know I'm getting rid of. So this is the Menagerie Musée Beauty Now Kyla Beauty Color Wash in Modernity in Paris. I just really never enjoyed these blush shades on me, and I never really enjoyed the formula enough to use them. Haven't probably used them in a year and a half. So for that reason, I'm decluttering this. I sounded like I was a shark on Shark Tank. For that reason, I am out. I'm also getting rid of this Serafina blush from Juvia's Place. It's just way too pigmented for me. And I didn't find myself really enjoying this blush. So I am going to sadly get rid of it. But this is giant. This is 10 grams of product. I would have never used it. I feel like it's gently used enough that I could probably give it away and buy nothing group. So one I thought I would keep around, but I do think I'm going to get rid of, is this e.l.f. Bite Size Duo in Cantaloupe. I got this on clearance at Target for 80 cents, which is, oh my god, which is why I picked it up. It's like a very light orange shade and this lighter highlight, but I really have not touched it since I bought it. I've maybe used it 2 or 3 times, and so I just don't think there's a reason to keep space in my collection for this. I could probably find someone who would really enjoy it, so I'm going to get rid of that. I've got the Milani Luminoso. This is my oldest blush, and I should probably get rid of it, but I don't know. Oh, this is a blush I know I'm getting rid of. This is the e.l.f. Putty Blush in Turks and Caicos. I just was not a big fan of this formula. It's very, very thin and not very pigmented, which I don't enjoy. I like a good pigmented blush, but not too pigmented, something that's blendable. And I don't like this formula, so I'm going to get rid of that. That's number 4. Honestly, I'd be happy if I didn't get rid of anything else. I'm so happy with that. Bare Minerals Calm My Blush. This is a nice everyday blush for me. I feel like it goes with many different looks, so I'm going to keep that. I'm going to keep these 2 blushes. This is the Menagerie Arthurine blush in Persimmon. Very pigmented, but easy to control. So I'm going to keep that. And then this is the ColourPop Sorrento blush, another one I've been reaching for a lot this year, even though it doesn't look like it. Very nice everyday blush for me. I've got these 2 Cover FX blushes. And I never reach for them, but they're really nice. This is Pink Dahlia. And this is Warm Honey. I don't know what to do with them. Okay, I'm gonna just put my maybes here. 3 maybes. So what's left are my creams, which I probably want to keep all of them, just to be fair. So I got these 2 Milani ones. This is Coral Crush. This was my first foray into cream blush, and it's staying. I've also got Nude Kiss, which is a great everyday nude cream, so I'm keeping that. Also gonna keep my 2 Tower 28 ones. Magic Hour, very well loved and on the painting list for next year. And Power Hour. I don't use as much, but I should, and I really enjoy this tone. It's like a bronzy blush. Other ones I know I'm keeping are my Phytosurgence blushes because they're beautiful and I want more. This is Fume, and if you ever have these blushes, sometimes they get a little crystallized on the top, but the brand has said that's completely normal. The crystals like go away with the touch of your finger. So I'm gonna keep that. Then I've got Smolder, which is a beautiful color. And then I've got Simmer, which was my first one, and very crystallized right now, but I really like it. Yeah, I don't know that there's much I'm gonna get rid of. This is new, I've only used it once. This is from About Face in the shade Cowgirl, and I wasn't super impressed with it, but I don't wanna get rid of it because I've only used it once, so this will stay. I bought that with Ulta points when it was on sale. And then I have these 4 Rare Beauty blushes that I'm going to keep because I really do like the formula. I've got Hope, Peace, Joy, and Bliss. Oh my god, that was an awful noise. I'm going to keep my Lisa blushes. The packaging I don't love. I don't love them at all. But the formula is really nice, and the formulas has still held up. It's just hard to sometimes squeeze it out, but they're still good. I'm gonna keep them till they're you know, not functioning. I can still get product out of them, and they were expensive, so I do want to get my use out of them. Let's see. This is my Patrick Ta, which I really like. This is my Patrick Ta blush in Do We Know Her. It's got some fuzzies in it. That's just from a brush, but I really enjoy this blush formula, and I don't use it enough, but hopefully I can do that more. My 3 maybes, and let's see how these all fit. So I'm getting rid of 4. Let's see how many blushes I can fit. My camera might die, which is a shame because I was going to... Okay, so my camera definitely cut out, so it's been a few hours. I ate lunch, took my dog on a walk, and I am back. I was pretty much done. But I was debating on if I should keep these 3 blushes because they were my maybe. And so, oh, Scooter's drinking his water, hold please. So I went through and added all of my cheek products into these little organizers that are from Amazon. They just have little slots. I can fit 1 or 2 products into each of these slots for the most part. Like the Signy Grace one doesn't really fit, but I determined that I can fit everything in here with 1 slot to spare. So I am going to keep these 3 maybes for now, and we will reconsider them later. So this is everything I'm getting rid of for cheeks. So I'm getting rid of 1, 2, 3, 4 blushes, 5 if you include the blush in this lip bar duo. So I feel really good about getting rid of these cheek products. These are not things I'm going to miss. They're things I really have not touched in a very long time. Actually, I did use this putty blush recently, and I was not a fan of it again. So I'm excited to be getting rid of these cheek products. So that is this part of the video. Now let's get into palettes. I have 2 of these baskets. I am not doing single shadows right now. There's not much, like the only thing I plan on decluttering for my singles is probably my Glam Shop matte shadows, most of them. But I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do a whole video of organizing my single shadows. I just need to finish filming my my like swatch parties by color, and then I'm gonna get to that. So yes. Let's get into this declutter. I don't know that I'm gonna get rid of too much, but I do know there's a couple palettes off the top of my head. One thing I'm gonna say is, so I have these 2 ColourPop palettes. It's My Pleasure and High Tide. I am going to, after this, film a video where I'm condensing all of my ColourPop palettes. So you will be taken along on that ride. These 2 I'm going to include in that. However, I think they're gonna stay as is because they're 2 of my favorites. And that's actually only for 9 pans. So for example, my Raw Beauty Kristi at Forest Sight palette, this is staying as is. I really love this palette, so yeah, let's see. I do think I'm gonna include the Hocus Pocus palette in my 9-pan condensing. This I don't think is the original color scheme. I think all of my ColourPop palettes, for the most part, I did like a rearranging, so I don't think that's like the original story, but this is the original Hocus Pocus collab. I'm keeping the palette for sure, but I think I might get rid of, like, condense some shades. We've got the BH Cosmetics Smitten in Switzerland palette. This is definitely not a declutter. We've got the Van Gogh palette from Musée Beauty. I think this is the best palette they've done. It is a beautiful 9-pan palette. It's gorgeous. Next up, we've got the Burgund palette from Glam Shop, which I still don't know why I have the sleeve on this, so I'll just get rid of that. But this is what the palette looks like. It is beautiful. I don't use it all the time, but I am keeping it for when I want some burgundy tones. Don't think I'm needing much in this box. We've got the Odenthai Solmon 2 palette, which I really do not like the formula of this, but I really don't like the formula of this, but I do like the color story and the packaging is beautiful, so I'm gonna keep it for now. We've got Nabla Dreamy 2, which I really love this palette as well. It's a great color story. Again, I'm gonna do a full collection video, so. Club Nebula, again, another formula I don't love, but I'm going to keep. Huda Beauty Rose Quartz, keeping. We've got Menagerie Flight Club, keeping of course. We've got Blend Bunny Surge, definitely keeping. We've got Urban Decay Naked Honey, which I feel like I haven't really touched much in the last year, so I'm gonna put this in a maybe pile. And we also have Melt Smoke Sessions, which I also haven't used that much. I think I'm gonna put that in a maybe pile. Box number 2, which should have a handful. I'm not planning on getting rid of like a ton of stuff, but I do have a couple palettes in mind. So this one doesn't belong in here. This is like some random singles, so not meant to be in here. Let's start off with a declutter finally. We've got the Juvia's Place, the Tribe palette. Got some use on it. I'm just over this palette. I don't think the formula is anything exceptional, and I feel like I have better color stories. I have these shades in better formulas and color stories, so I am going to declutter the Tribe palette. Woo, we got through one. Let me just move out my ColourPop palettes. I'm not gonna go through them because you can see a video where I go through them. This one, I guess I'll say I'm keeping this as my other ColourPop palette. This is the Limoncello palette. This one I can't really condense because of the pan size, but I do really like it, and I probably wouldn't have like messed around with this format anyway. Let's see, a couple more palettes I'm keeping. I've got Nabla Cutie Platinum, keeping that. Keeping the It's Freakin' Bats palette by Shroud and Betty Bean. Got my Lavender Chinchilla palette from Tammy Tanuka. It is so baby, so tiny, but I'm keeping it. It's like, this is like the palm of my hand. It's so cute. Let's see. We've got Lethal is Dead, and I'm keeping this. Part of me wishes I had the other collaboration, but I don't know. Kind of forgot about it, which tells me that I don't need it. Let's see. I'm getting rid of these 2 palettes. These are from Musée Beauty, now Kylop Beauty. This is the Honoré palette, and it's cute, it's pretty, but I've only used it a handful of times, and I think they have better formulas than this one, so I'm going to declutter that. I feel like it's so unused that I could put this in my local no-buy group and give it to someone who would actually enjoy it. And then we've also got the Triumph of Venus palette from Musée Beauty, now Kylov. Again, love the color story of this, but again, I don't reach for it when I want to wear blues. It's not this palette. This one I am going to keep for now. This is the Le Jardin palette. This is the first one from Musée. I really like this color story. I think it's really pretty and really cute, so I'm going to keep this around. Let's see, next up I've got the Citronata palette from Glam Shop. This is a beautiful yellow palette, and there's some really nice shimmers in here, so I'm going to keep that. As well as the W. Zalone palette from Glam Shop. This is a beautiful green monochromatic palette. Okay, we've got the Bailey Sarian Venice Fling palette that she did with Estate Cosmetics. I really enjoy this palette. It's not like the most amazing formula in the world, but I do really like this palette, so she is a keeper. As well as, of course, Lunar Beauty Moonspell Volume 2. Not as well loved as Volume 1, but I love it nevertheless. I don't know if I said this, but these are not all my palettes. There are some that are in like my panning drawer or just like at my desk that I know I'm gonna keep. These are just ones that were in my bins. So I think I'm gonna keep everything that's left. We've got the Rococo palette from Muse Beauty, Kyle Off Beauty. I really like this color story and the formula is good, so I'm gonna keep it. I've got the Impressionism palette. That is a gorgeous, just beautiful color story from Kylov. We've got a sticky note left over from panning, but the Pastel Pup palette from Menagerie. How do I show this? It is really, really just a nice pigmented pastel palette, so keeping that, of course. And lastly to go through is my Natasha Denona Love palette. I'm gonna keep it, even though I should probably declutter it because I never use it. I want to love this so bad. So she's staying. So I'm not gonna do any totals of how many palettes I'm keeping and not, because I don't have all my palettes here anyway. But what I can say is I'm getting rid of 3 palettes, which is more than I thought I would. Well, kind of not, because I already kind of planned it out, but. So we're getting rid of Honoré, I don't know, I don't speak French, Triumph of Venus, and lastly, The Tribe by Juvia's Place. So, yeah, those are the 3 palettes I'm getting rid of. I don't like to get rid of palettes if I don't have to, but we didn't go over my, my Maybe palettes. Okay, so I didn't go over my 2 Maybe palettes, and what I think I'm going to do is I'm gonna do like a chopping block style video or something and just test these out and give them a go before I make an official decision. So that's that on that, and that is my declutter. Thank you so much for watching. I know this wasn't like a full collection declutter, but I don't really have much to declutter for my other categories. But I feel really good. I don't feel like I'm getting rid of anything I will miss. And I know there are some products that are gently used that can go to a better home. So that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you like down below. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!